This should be sent out for those who will be watching shortly. So we'll wait for that energy to soak up where we're going very shortly. Very soon. Meditation time. I'll be back very shortly. What am I up to? I said I would return for what belonged to me many, many years ago, didn't I? Mother Earth knew all along what belonged to me. What belonged to me. I don't care what you think. I know what my power is. I've told you a million times. But did you listen? Took my power. They tried to separate my power, didn't they? Time and time again. Oh, the story is unfolding so nicely. Straight out of the pit. Straight out of the pit. I made you a promise. What are you doing? Deja vu. Deja vu, how are you doing? They took my power. No, they didn't stop me. What kind of power did they take from me? Oh, looking back. As Mama Earth takes this photo, much like this book here, and she pulls the memories from my mind and makes me watch them again, one right after another, like a slideshow you didn't know was locked in you. I remember now, every detail. They took my power. They thought they would stop us. They thought they would hold us back, much like today. They think they've got it figured out. They think they do. Hi, how are you? Deja vu. I'm listening. I know. I wrote a book for a witch. You see, the story still unfolds. People are not paying attention to my words. They think somehow that they're going to stop me. They think they're going to slow me down. But there is that click coming. The lining of the rest of the spirits. You see, I keep telling everyone I know where I put my power. Others say it's got to be here, it's got to be there, it's got to be over here, but they don't know where I put my power. It's 50% mine. Way before I had a clue what Mother Earth was up to, I was a Satanist, you see. Don't go nowhere, just hear me out. Isn't this beautiful? I was a Satanist first. How was I a Satanist? I wanna rock and roll all night, yeah, and party every day. I wanna rock and roll before there was a church. There was Kiss, ladies and gentlemen. I said I wanna rock, right? Rock and roll all night. Before I ever knew there was a church door, I had Motley Crue playing what? She's got the looks that kill. Ah, yeah, yeah, she's got them looks. Ah, she's got them looks to kill. Before any woman ever taught me, there was a witch that taught me more. Just a glance in her eyes, and I knew everything I needed to know. For a long time we were together, and no one knows the things we did. But as the doors finally finished unlocking, and the would-be Christians would tear the two apart, who had so much power together, they were learning things kids shouldn't learn. That witch today knows exactly who this book is for. That's why I asked you, where's the book on Satan? It's not a book on Satan. It's the journey between two Satanists who magically find each other back in each other. Deja vu. A story of epic proportions. I told that story to a witch many years ago when we were just kids. And throughout time, I took and I used that story. So deja vu. How are you all? The page 69, yes, I will. Page 69, you'd like that. I'll be glad to do that for you. As I keep telling everyone exactly what Bloodstone Megaverse is about. A story that is being remembered. A story that's being remembered. Page 69, you said. That's a great page number too, right? Yes. Yes. Ta-da. Would you like to have the messages that's also with you? Thank you. There is another story coming out in it. That's unfolding with it, yes. I'm not gay, sorry. Ask the doctor. They give me a colonoscopy how bad it was. He'll tell you. When he did mine, he said it's like, have you ever had any butt issues? He said, because your colon's perfectly healthy and clean. I said, and it's gonna stay that way. That's just me. You go play with your own. Leave mine alone. Thank you. That's how I get along with other guys because, hey, you know, guys are guys. I've got gay friends, so I understand. But I'm not with them like that, and they understand that too. I'm not against what you want to do. That's your body. Go do it. As long as you don't hurt yourself and others. That's your rule. Page 69. Are you ready? 1849 from Bloodstone Megaverse. Pulling fear out of my right holster, I prepared to shoot. I was holding the steering wheel with my left hand. Fear said to Terror, you need to be shooting also. Only one bullet come out of fear. Terror said, I need to be shooting at the same time. I now understood what was happening. This is where exactly Samuel Anton is just realizing the guns. The spirits of the guns must shoot together. Tyr said to me, fear cannot do it alone. The guns told me to think Satan is driving, and I'm in the passenger seat. I concentrated on that, and the medallion lit up. Satan in the back of the semi stopped smiling. In the blink of an eye, Satan was driving. He was in the back of the semi going down the mountain. Exactly. That is good. That is a good thing, right? Make Satan do a little something. Now here we go. Are you ready? So the medallion lit up. Satan in the back of the semi stopped smiling. In the blink of an eye, Satan was driving. Fear and terror said at the same time, we call shotgun. There was explosions in front of the semi's windshield, and glass shattered. I thought Satan would be scared, but he was holding the steering wheel like he was out cruising on the beach with no water. He looked at me with a smile. You gonna shoot those guns? Or let them blow up the village? We headed into a mountain pass. There was a song playing on the radio called 1849 by Max Braggs. That's right. Terror said, you never had that slow down feeling? Silence before the storm. Fear said, we are the storm maker. Both revolvers begin to spin, building solace energy. One click, one bang, a billion bullets at once. As we reached the top of the mountain that had a 6-mile downgrade, we were followed by Humvees, motorbikes, trucks, and cars. Some were military convoy, some definitely not. I figured out when the Humvee came flying up beside our semi. And when I looked at the passenger, he smiled at me with fangs. I hadn't seen that before, right? We headed down the 6 miles to the village. In front of us was a horde of zombies walking toward us. Faster. In front of us was a horde of zombies walking toward us faster than I was told they could. They were trying to stop us. I believe they were under the control of witches and wizards. We ran right into them. I could hear bones crunching under the tires. Crunch, crunch, crunch. While some were hanging on the side and crawling up into the vehicles. Between the mountain wall and the convoy, this is page 7. Between the mountain wall and the convoy, you could see wolves jumping on the mountainside boulders until the military vehicles, knocking them off the cliffs. Vampires jumped out of the cars and ran faster compared to the military convoy, catching up to the semi. Satan said, you better get out of here. You better get out there. Sorry for my word. We were almost in the village now. I got this tip. Get out there and have some fun for me. I pointed fear at Satan's face. I directed my thoughts to fear. One bullet. I would shoot Satan right between the eyes. Oh, what a wonderful day that would be. I shot a vampire looking through the driver's window. Oh, what could dream it? With Satan? Nope. I just shot another vampire. Now, how did Satan end up driving? I had to go outside and play. I yelled at the top of my lungs, "You sorry beast." Fear and terror said, "We have to go now." I fragrantly opened the passenger door, stepped out, trying to find a way to the top of the semi. Outside the vehicle, I had made it up to the roof of the semi. I balanced my legs going down the mountain, headed into the small village down below. We were now riding down the edge of the cliff. We passed through people standing on the edge of the bluff, who I thought were witches. They were holding arms in the air. They were doing what I thought was chanting toward the boulders. Huge rocks began to roll behind us. I said with a smile, "Give them hell, boys." Fear and terror, in their gatling state of mind. Click, bang, click, click, a bang. There you go. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful. Anybody know the rest of that chapter? Are you ready to understand exactly what's happening? You see, I'll explain it. Where you understand. Samuel Anton's a kid raised in Christianity. He's learning who Satan is. Now, do you know who the witches and the vampires are? Did you figure it out? Why would Satan be after the witches and the zombies and the werewolves? That is one of the questions people ask, and I appreciate that. But at the end of it, when you get to the end of it, what happens? Who wins and who loses? A great mystery is unfolding, just like tonight. Just like what I was talking about, it coexists so perfectly. Satan is not the bad guy. If Satan's not the bad guy, then why are werewolves and witches hunting him? There's your first clue. You see how it works. Those that are on Satan's side are the witches and the werewolves. These are not witches and werewolves, are they? They're up to something else. Deja vu. 69. The second book definitely explains more of that. But thank you for that. Thank you. No, 1849 is the year of gold. 1849 is associated with several factors in math. Can you figure out the math problem? I've said it a few times, but we'll get into that. 1849 is a year, a date, as well as a celebration. So there's a lot of 1849. It represents the gold, like I'm talking about building these. These are the second book, the gold. Why gold? What is so important about gold? Gold vibrates and it has frequencies. The right amount of measures do the right amount of frequencies. It's unlike any other kind of mineral. Gold is its own unique mineral. That's why the tabernacle is so important. With enough gold in the right spots, the right areas, the frequencies and stuff that I'm talking about. So what we're doing, we're taking the first book, and Satan is trying to move all the gold and magic, if you notice, to one area. Now, that's what we're working with. 1849 is actually the gold rush years. If anyone knows history that's been watching and stuff, that's not the first time gold was found. Also, in another year of 1849, not ours, but back in the times of Solomon, they had found all this gold, which they call the city of Solomon, right? There you go. Moses, in the time of Egypt, had found a gold rush. Now, Solomon is not a prophet of God. Ladies and gentlemen, Solomon was not a God person. Now, I know what a lot of people think about that, but there's a reason why all this interlocks, because as Solomon is the wisdom of God, he starts worshiping females. Has anybody realized why it's called the Lesser Key of Solomon? Solomon tells everyone, wait, I'm worshiping the wrong thing. My daddy's been worshiping a god. You're wrong. I'm fixing to explain something that somebody had asked a question about 1849. Exactly, wasn't expecting that. Solomon is so important with the demons, because notice all the demons was coming to gold. David called the city Ariel, meaning Sophia. When David stops fighting, he starts desiring something. He realizes he's always desiring the next best female. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what he was looking for? God wasn't helping him. David wakes up at the end realizing what? He'd been wishing a female. When you go back and apply goddess and take God out of the way, you will see David had been working with a female god, not a god. So much that Solomon as a child realizes it once he gets his wisdom. But remember, he's in a city full of men who are gods. There you go. So what does he do? He ends up being the king over all these demons, and then he's switching everything. But where Solomon failed was he wasn't paying attention to everything going on. He was after just one set purpose. Solomon, what did he go after? What did he go after? He had forgot he was wearing the ring. He lost it. I don't forget I'm wearing my ring at all times. That's why I got two. And I tattooed it on me. I eat my fair amount of fish. Because the one thing the seven kings have got to know is, while the seven kings of hell are with me, spiritually lined up, they know they got to keep their emperor focused for what's coming. Deja vu, Mother Earth. So now the groundwork's laid again for 1849 around the world leaders and everything. Mama Earth is getting them to collect all the gold for this. Even as I sit here talking, globally, expanded through all the lines, they've already talked to each other. I mean, I have so many views and likes now that it's gotten recognition. I'm sitting here with nobody around. It's just me and you Exactly. Oh, so thank you for the questions. Thank you for that. I said, exactly 300 concubines. And he kept desiring what? There you go. You see, I do know history. I've studied the Bible. I've read the books that's been taken out of the Bible. I will even say this. Did I not say like 4 weeks ago, a book supposedly Jesus wrote might come out, because I said Jesus never wrote a book. Well, now, as soon as it comes out, now they're trying to hide this book because guess what? They documented it. It was too young. Jesus didn't write anything. Jesus couldn't write or read. He knew bedtime stories from Mother Mary. And you can dig in when you're doing deja vu with Mother Earth. And didn't you read, as the pages were going, didn't you get the deja vu? I mean, wasn't that great? Jesus didn't say nothing about your nails. Jesus was gay. He painted more than his nails, ladies and gentlemen. You see, to be God, what's the first thing God is known for? Marking himself. Yes. Yes. Come back here. Moses what? Moses what? Marked himself. So remember that. So if Jesus ain't marking himself or painting his nails black, he has no part with Mother Earth. Why is that important? Mother Mary was a Zionist. Do you know what a Zionist is? Did you ever go back and research a Zionist? Zionist is males and females who says that God must destroy everything to be God. Now, why is that? You see, you must think about that. So, Mother Mary, and I've said that, when you have deja vu with Mother Earth, she'll take you back 2,000 years ago. She didn't forget. Ladies and gentlemen, you're God for God because he's not real. Mother Earth, and I'll show you the dream she told me and gave me, and it will match up with yours. I promise you this. I'm not making this up. It was like I relived 2,000 years ago and seeing Mother Mary do this stuff with everything going on. Mother Mary did not want Jesus getting married, ladies and gentlemen. She raised him in bedtime stories, a Zionist. So, guess what? She was getting paid all the time by the high priest because he's supposed to be the Son of God. Remember what the words they're saying to you. You find out that they had all put this plan in motion. They didn't want Jesus getting married. So, a man-made God wants men to control. Mother Earth allowed this for a little while. And I'll show you why. Because Mother Mary had to make a decision as a child. What is that decision? She was raised to do this prophecy. She would have been used in a ritual for sex. Now, notice this. It's claimed she was a virgin and everybody documents it. But hold on. Supposedly these angels show up. Nobody sees. There's the first one. Joseph disappears the whole time. He's nowhere around. Think about what I'm telling you. He would not bow to Jesus. Right? Wrong. He wouldn't bow to Mother Mary. You can see the story as I'm talking about it, as the dream unfolded before my eyes, as I was asking Mother Earth these questions. It's the same story I give over and over again. Mother Mary was allowed to think she could take Mother Earth over. There henceforth, when the time that the great wedding comes up, you're seeing this view where Jesus is mad. Mother Mary comes up because here she knows the people and says, turn the water into wine. And Jesus says, my hour has not come yet. He's not talking about death. He's talking about never getting married. He was around men. He wasn't allowed around women. Only Mother Mary was controlling the whole thing. Now, all these females are understanding this. That's why they toward Mother Earth, not Mother Mary. Because females are like, there's just something wrong about this. Mother Earth loves us, not Mother Mary. And it's so quick in their head like that, it's like, change over. For men, though, men can see it, but they want to realize that it's a way of saying in your brain, I still got control. I still got, no, Mama Earth's got control. Let her have it, because you're going to want it. Why? Now you see all these men ganging up, talking. What are we going to write? What are we going to say? She proved already that Jesus couldn't do a miracle unless Mother Earth allowed it. I mean, supposedly he did these miracles on our grounds, right? The same ones we walk and talk today. There you go. So, you know, this is a great thing. So, if you think Mother Mary was a saint, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place, because I'll tell you, Jesus was only around men. What happened when, as you see inside that dream and vision that she gives you, Mother Earth gives you, and you will, when you sleep and you say, Mother Earth, I want to see what he's talking about so I can defend Jesus. She will give you the vision, and you will not defend Jesus when she's done. He'll be the last thing you ever want to defend. And Mother Mary, those two things. Why? Because they seeked not only as a female and a male, son and mother, he was going to do what she wanted, but she wouldn't let him go. We can see this. We know it's happening. You're the chosen one. I'll teach you how to, the bedtime stories. Notice when he walks up and he starts reading these temples, it's not that far-fetched. He knew it word for word. And I'm that chosen one. Well, he's supposed to be obscured. He's not supposed to have knowledge. But that's not true. When you find Mother Mary's story, she was a rich female. She was rich. What happened? Why is she having to be at an inn in a manger with a baby? It didn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. We've been deceived. You can see problems with Jesus' story when you sit down and start wondering what you're following to a cross, to a wooden man-made cross. Notice it keeps telling you the cross is man-made. That's what your authors are, that's where the lie couldn't come out. You notice they bury him in rocks, not on a tree. You see, that's why we went through it back a couple of weeks ago about the preachers were told by the higher up, start saying tree. Well, when I come out combating it, telling all the Satanists around the world, that's the next thing they're preaching. It come out on the pulpits being said, and then they stopped really quick. Went back to saying man-made crosses, because you cannot cross Mother Earth on trees. Man-made crosses. That's what they use. Well, when Jesus has turned gay and now he's loving guys, he's learned that he's got power only through guys and not females. Notice how Mother Mary starts becoming deleted from the story. Now, Mother Mary's been in top the whole time. She's been in control the whole time up until that point. Now, why did Jesus ride a donkey into Jerusalem? Those people say, well, it's this reason, that reason, you know, and no, stop. There's one reason Jesus rode a donkey into Jerusalem. That is a sign of defying man and woman and being gay. Now, hear me out. Now, you wonder why, as a Christian, you get mad and upset. Other places and other people talking this because Mother Earth's showing them. That's a symbol of being gay. Knowing even where the donkey was at was by a rich man's house. Jesus had just come from there. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, some great miracle. He told me go get this donkey over here. I know nothing about. Because what did it say? When his people come back from collecting, he told them go get this donkey. He had just walked down the street from it. So he knew the donkey was there. It was no great mystery. He just talked to a rich guy. You see, Jesus was rich. Jesus wasn't poor. Jesus wasn't poor, ladies and gentlemen. His story never says he's poor. Notice, even the poor men come chasing him. He was rich. He wasn't poor. That's why when Satan takes him up on the pinnacle, and Satan says, Jesus, feed the people these stones. Turn them into bread. And he says, you should serve your Lord thy God. He knew he was looking Satan, his God, in the eyes. Mother Earth, deja vu. Who do you think allowed it? So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm very passionate when we get into this part of it all. Because Mother Mary is another form of a wannabe witch and, exactly, werewolves, vampires. They had the same things back then. When Jesus comes walking into that city here, he's been raised to be this new savior that's going to kill everything, right? Let's try this again. He come in there to kill everything. Mother Mary realized Jesus wasn't going to hurt nobody. He was going to love his men. Don't run away. If you'll listen, you'll know. You see the dream happening. That's why a lot of people keep coming back, because they realize something's right about what I'm saying. So as you pull open your books and you're studying what I'm telling you, you'll see it line up. Mother Mary thought she would take and become Mother Earth. And Jesus would be the one who would wipe out everything and give it to her. But the story went off the wrong path. How's that possible? Because Mother Earth ain't going to give up her world. Not to a man and not to a female. Unless she is lined up perfectly as Mother Earth. So that really is why this book is happening. The second book will explain it better. So you have those boulders coming at you. You have all these things coming at you. But when you get to the bottom, you notice Satan's up to something else. He didn't destroy people to destroy them. They were trying to destroy something that needed to be right. Her name will be B.B. Braggs. There you go. You'll see it unfold, and most people do see it unfold. Thank you all for watching and stuff. I enjoy this. Thank you for asking me to do that things. Very much so. What about Magdalene? When you ask Mama Earth to show you in the dream, in the vision of what happened 2,000 years ago, because she's the one who still remembers. The dirt is the database. So when she takes you there, and what she showed me was Mary Magdalene, and Mary lost Joseph very early because she was rich. She didn't need Joseph. There you go. She was already a cultist. When you go back, you see this. You realize she's been collecting for a long, long time. There you go. Because here comes Jesus. So Joseph had to get out of the picture, or guess what? Joseph becomes the issue. Where did he go? Why didn't he live on? His story ends. It's gone. As if people designed to get rid of him. You see what I mean? So, she doesn't talk about it. Jesus don't talk about it. Somehow or another, Joseph totally just disappears. His book's cut off and gone. What was he told to do? Take care of the baby. There. Marry her and take care of the baby so she wouldn't be seen as some hoe. Well, they all realized she's in the rituals with them. Back then, they had the same rituals, ladies and gentlemen. Zionists did sexual rituals, orgies, if you please. There you go. The same thing they believed. So, Mother Mary comes up pregnant like a virgin. It kind of goes with, you could hear the song in that one, can't you? Now it's making sense to everyone. Back then when I would say, well, let her give you the dream, you'll see it unfolding. In your mind, you see it. She's already downloaded it in you. For the great day Mother Earth finally gets to shine her light for her babies. Mother Earth don't want you to die. Mother Earth wants you to live. Deja vu. Her demons know that. Her angels know that. So what happens? We can see it happen. If you go and you do your right studying like you should, and you realize Mother Earth's showing you the study and what was blocked, hid from us, and it opens us up to what she needs in the future. Deja vu. She wants her protection of her planet for us, all of us. So what's happening now? Jesus, as you could see in that dream, plain as day, comes walking in on the donkey. All he wants to do is be with his guys. He don't want to hurt or harm. You've got the higher ups going, okay, Lord, here you are, just destroy everything. And he's like, I'm not having too much fun. I come drinking and being a glutton. Glutton is not the same as food, ladies and gentlemen. He's a glutton. In other words, he's a glutton. I'm telling the truth. You can see it. What happens when, and here you go, we're almost there, where you truly can see what I'm talking about. For everybody who has studied religions. Mother Mary, Judas with both money. So they had their heads together. One's a devil. He wouldn't call his mother a devil. He's trying to get away from his mother. She's trying to say, no, you've got to kill everyone. Let's stop and think about this. That's what his disciples kept saying, wasn't it? Lord, just wipe them all out and let's get busy. Jesus kept on like, not going to happen. Then he starts having the dreams that he's going to be put on a cross if he don't back out. Notice what he keeps telling them all. What? Hey, my day's coming. My day's coming. A son of man is going to be taken from you. He knew he was born not as a virgin. He wasn't going to call his mother a liar. All she's telling him is, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. If you don't kill him, you're going to die, Jesus. But she knew he couldn't. She knew he wouldn't. So when they're in there, what happens next? Why is it called the Last Supper? How did they know they all were going to have supper there at the Last Supper? It's starting to make a lot of sense. Mother Mary set it up because Judas, her, and all the guys decided that we're going to be told on. Jesus walks in with a donkey. So all of them perceived as, and Zionists are big about this, no gays back then. There you go. So this is why you've got what's happening today. So Mother Mary has to control something. She goes to the ones she's been going to. The same ones that raised her. They're the same age. Yes, the same age. How is it they suddenly forgot? And all of a sudden you come back and now Jesus is at this cross and stuff. And fixing to be hung on a man-made cross. She's still talking to the same people who's been paying for them to go on their tours and stuff. Not telling you no lie. You can pretty much see it. There you go. Okay, I'll read your comments. Hold on. But Mary was on the cross. It comes around to her being there at the first death and the cross. Next one, praise God. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and disciples standing by whom she loved, said unto his mother, Woman, behold your son. Then he said, Thy disciple, behold thy mother. No, he says on a cross, Mother, hold your son. Son, hold your mother. In other words, Jesus never felt like a son to her because she led him to the cross. If your mother raised you to go to a cross right now, what would you do to get away? If you couldn't, you'd still go to that cross because that's the end game. For her, that was the end game. She knew this. She was raised to know it, right? That's what you're telling me. So let's go to our lives. Let's go to our household with this knowledge now. You look at your wife and say, look, there's my son, and I need you to put him on a cross. What would that woman tell you? What would she tell you? That's what I'm talking about. That woman come unglued on you if you said you were going to do something to your child like that. Right? Am I wrong? So something's wrong with the story. Maybe that's what Joseph kept telling her. And they decided, you could see the similarities today. Maybe they all got together and said, well, Joseph needs to get out of here. Jesus is still going to go to this cross. So she raised him never to have female connection. Now, when Magdalene, when Mama showed me the dream of Magdalene, that was Mother Mary loved women. You hear me? Jesus gay, Mother Mary like women, lesbian. Magdalene actually shows up before she's put down by the men. You know what I mean? Before Jesus shows up and calls him Lord. He already knew her because she was a prostitute. He wasn't having sex with her. His mama was. It was her girlfriend. You can see it. The documentation's already out there. It's no great mystery now. It wasn't Jesus' wife. But how many people do you know today who are gay? They'll hook up together, man and woman, and say they're husband and wife so it don't hurt everybody. How many do that? Exactly. The same system. Now, Mother Mary thinks she's going to get all this power from everybody when she hangs her child upon a cross. Right? The Romans should have knew who she was. But they didn't even know who she was. There's another clue. There you go. The Romans would have knew. Ladies and gentlemen, the Romans would have knew who he was. So they used the Roman gods to hang him. Which is also, you're headed there, you almost had that thought. Who is the Roman god? Lucifer. You felt that, didn't you? You see where it goes right back to Satan. Now Mother Mary is supposed to put a child to be whipped. Only supposed to put him on a cross, but she's going to whip her child because he is already broken free of her and men only. Men are controlling Jesus now. Notice in his words, his speech, they become different through the book. There's your first clue. Something was changing in Jesus. He was no longer going to be a savior. He was going to be gay. You can see it because what happens next. Watch very carefully. I'll be right back. You really want to hear this. Deja vu, because you'll see it in the dream and the vision you're having. Right now, I know it's wild to know Mother Earth shows you this and gives it to you. So, what she's giving me and showing me, which I got written down, and she'll show you too, and she's showing it to you as it's unlocking and talking, that what do you see next happening? Deja vu. She goes to them and tells them, I can't stop him. We're going to have to do something now. So when they go to get him, it's funny how the Last Supper is set up. Bingo. He goes out to the woods with his buddies again. Bingo. Judas knows where he's at because he's fixing to lose all this money for them. Bingo. He's called the devil because he's not interceding with Jesus like the other ones are. They're all huddled up together. What happens next? Who comes out running without any clothes on? Which disciple was it? Bingo. It wasn't Satan. It can't be Satan. Who's the naked? Peter. Do you know how it's Peter? Because he wanted his cross upside down. Not right side up. Same similarities. It shows the signs. He said he didn't want to die like his Lord. Jesus in him, 69. There you go. Same story unfolding. Deja vu, you see it. So am I saying Jesus is gay? I'm telling you now, he was whipped and put on a cross for gay. Not for your sins. Because he wouldn't be the Savior. How many times did he run from being the king? They come to get him 3 times. Mother Mary done sent 3 times for them people to go get him as the king. He went the other way. He's supposed to be doing his father's work, so he's supposed to have been king. Well, no, this becomes a story of passion where they beat him to death. And no. Back then, go to the documents, even to this day, you were whipped for being two reasons, crazy or gay. It's very true. Jesus wasn't crazy. He wasn't running a lunatic. You see that in the dream. Jesus wasn't lunatic. He wasn't crazy. He wasn't. So why did they whip him? Because he was gay. He decided to teach his mother a lesson. Jesus decided to teach Mother Mary her lesson. She wouldn't let him have interaction with other females. So he found pleasure in guys. True. You look back in your dreams, your Mama Earth gave you, because Mama Earth was here. We walk the same ground. She'll show you that interaction. You don't need me telling you. You'll see it unfolding. There you go. Deja vu. So Jesus now is being, whipped for being gay. The documentations are there. Then on top of that, what do you see next? We're going to have to crucify him on a man-made cross. Because where he's going to be crucified is at the skull. He has now robbed God, broke God's commandments. He hasn't done no great sin. Mother Mary's the one who should have went on that cross, not Jesus. She'd been raising him that way the whole time, right? You got your point, but what do you think about the disciples Jesus left from the past? Okay, Jesus therefore saw his mother and his disciple. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I get your point and what you think about the disciple Jesus loved from the passage. Okay, exactly. Exactly. Who did Jesus love? A disciple. Made you wonder. It doesn't say a disciple female, does it? Back then you were a disciple male 2,000 years ago. Women were not disciples, ladies and gentlemen. When you go back and Mother Earth shows you, females were obscured. They were not allowed to write or read unless they were of royalty. Mother Mary was never called the disciple of Jesus. Magdalene was never called a disciple of Jesus. There was no female names mentioned as disciples. It always said Jesus and his disciples, the 12 disciples. Exactly. So which one was gay with him? The one that went upside down on the cross. The one he desired the most was Peter, the first one. What is Peter's name? What do we call Peter today? Bingo! Mother Earth lined it up for us all today to see the story that happened 2,000 years ago. Isn't that a wonderful feeling to know she won't be fooled? Deja vu. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat to know? Because when I kept having these visions, I go to Mother Earth. And then she showed it all to me, put the story and the pieces together. I'm like, does everybody can have this? And she's like, yes, I'll give it to them. If they want to truly know what they have been told and what was true, she'll do it. She is the database in the dirt. So there you go. Peter being called the rock, which is a weird thing now that you mention. The rock, Coronis, it eats itself. Jesus known as a rock too. They're both known as stones. What does that happen between a rock and a stone? There you go. There you go. They are bound to become just a rock. No life. There you go. It becomes total sense once Mother Earth shows you this. Because Jesus was put in the stones, right? They had other places to bury. They had other places. There you go. Why did they pick the skull? It was known for people who robbed things. What did Jesus rob? There you go. It shouldn't have happened. Why didn't the other disciples defend for Jesus? He was the cult. He was their leader. And none of them backed him. Because they all were joining in the same. There you go. He can no longer be this God. Notice Jesus says the one thing. What's the first thing he says? Love. No, that's not what he says. Hold on. Love thy brother like you love thine brother like you love yourself. He didn't care about mother and father. He didn't care about this. He didn't care about that. All he wanted to do was go do his thing. But while Mother Mary was grabbing all the goodies and all the money and all that, she didn't pay attention. They were fixing to, she was going to end up being the one who put him on that cross. Why is she crying? She wasn't. The Bible said that I perceive this is his mother, is what the Romans said. And the other one said, yeah. Why? Because she had no emotion. She had no emotion. That's it, yes. I'm just glad you're listening. You know, you can do what you want, but when I lay down and I want that to remember those visions or what Mother Earth gives me, she gives them back. It's like pulling a folder out and boom, you start seeing it. Deja vu. And we all know about that. So when you start reading the story, she starts reading the story to you. There you go. How many has read the Bible and a female starts reading you what actually happened and occurred? How many has done that? Deja vu. It's like, why is something else reading this for me? I know nothing about. And it's a female spirit because that's Mother Earth talking to you. She's giving you what you need to know. There you go. Yes, that energy that you know your Mama Earth is telling you, not the one Mother Mary's telling you. Mother Mary will tell you, I'm building rocks, and yeah, that's it. That's how the story actually worked, yeah. Now, would you like to know something else that she showed me in a dream and vision? Well, the dream and vision that she gave me, giving it to me, talking to me, relaying these messages back to everyone. What I've seen so other people see it too, it unlocks. The Zionist, right, that Mother Mary is, notice she's always there when Jesus does some great miracle. When he's locked up in some tomb that rolls away, she's the witness. She's the witness. Locked up in Mother Mary's house. Jesus had been there a million times. She's the one who points out he's a disciple. Remember? When you realize Jesus comes back, she's the one who says, you know who this is. This is the Lord. Somebody's interacting. It's a play happening. It's a play happening again. Deja vu. And she's reading that to you when you're pulling it out and you're reading those words. You see it unfolding. Jesus was not doing no great miracles. It was another play. It was another show happening before everybody's eyes. Because now she couldn't lose this faith. How does he go up in the air? Ladies and gentlemen, it's no big secret. We have harness today. They'll pull you up in the air. You can't see it. They built boulders. They built buildings. He was a carpenter, right? Every magician has been a carpenter, a musician. They've done tricks. They know chemistry. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. He's known as the Rock. And I'll build my church up on the rock. Men for years have been with men for years. How many times have you known that? While the women have been the outcasts. You defiled thing, Eve. Eve didn't defile nothing. Eve wasn't the one who defiled anything. She did what she was supposed to do. She was to create life. When you see it that way and you know that's the truth, like your mother created you to come out of her, she was born to have babies. How is it she did something wrong? She didn't. By man-made control, they took it from Eve. There you go. The only one who knew this was Cain. Go right back to the Watchers. Cain knew. Cain knew what his daddy had done to his mother. Very true. When you go look at the story, Mama Earth will show you the story unfolding. Cain wasn't the bad guy. Abel was. Cain's the one who tilled the fields. He brought in the foods. It's nothing to sit around and take care of an animal, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever noticed? It takes more work to get out in the garden than it does food. Animals. They ate the vegetables. They harvested the animals for skins. They didn't eat animals back then. Right? Because they were animals. See how it works? Well, now Cain, Abel was supposed to get this huge blessing. Well, it made Cain mad. It wasn't his blessing. What did Cain go find? First example, he goes and finds wives. And they are loved by Cain. The Canaanites were loved by their men. There you go. How many times do we find, if we follow the story, we see the significant source happen? The watchers loved the Canaanite women. There you go. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Go on about Cain. I'm curious. I've been listening. Okay, thank you. Also, what do you think about Cain's wives and where they came from? Where does Cain's wives come from? Again, when men wrote back in those times, women were obscured. It really didn't matter. Eve, how many women know, and I'll tell you this, women, watch this, very, very, very true. Women could give birth up to 12 babies at a time. Eve could have gave birth, deja vu. How many babies did Eve actually have in the first set? Bingo. So naturally, he found wives because they was Canaanites. You see what I'm telling you? Also, what do you think? Okay, yeah. So we're still on that. Now you see what I'm talking about. He's only allowed to mix with Abel. Their story's only unfolding, right? But as you go back and you recollect the books, you'll see females start showing up from the same litters. How does Cain take wives? They're his sisters. How did they come to Cain and not Abel? Abel was the vicious one like Adam. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. Cain watched, he observed, right? When Abel started doing the same things, he gets the blessing. Cain takes the wives, where the watchers start showing up, exactly. It's basically sisters, yes. Yes. Yes, definitely. Adam was a man of God. Eve was a female of the planet. They didn't even believe the same. When you sit down and you start watching, even Eve tells Adam, I don't believe this. Why? Your gods your God just don't like me. Eve, I'm not going to listen to God. I'm going to go eat my fruit. You see the imbalance happening. God, who is God? God is your planet. God is Sophia, the Ariel. Eve was born from dirt, not from Adam's rib. Adam and Eve are both born from dirt like we are. Then you see how it all unfolds. Yes. Your dirt is Mother Earth in its essence. That's what Satanists know, as well as the universe is the dirt as well. There is no God. If you'll just take for a moment and take that God out of the equation, just take for a moment and say, Mother Earth, I want to see what he's talking about. Your energy will open up. And God is backed off. You'll actually see him disappearing. What has been drilled in your head. And Mother Earth will be like, I'm your dirt. I'm your energy. I'm your battery. I wake you up like this, Here you are. You go to sleep. You wake up. You turn the lights on. And now everything's ready to work. Pretty much. So that's pretty neat that you asked that. So who made Adam? No. Every time the planet's been cleaned, Mother Earth has to start over again. 6 civilizations. We're in the 7th. So why do we have these stories we've never had before? Because Mother Earth knows the past. She'll take you back 6 civilizations where man has built structures and they still live to this day because they're power sources. They're power sources. You can see that through everything that's happened all the way up to us. Is what she shows me in the dream to give to you. So that way you can see it. So who made Adam? Mother Earth. Mother Earth made Adam and Eve at the same time and raised them up like us. That's why when you see the true picture, the first sentences of the Bible is actually taken out. They're coming back out. They're trying to get it back in society without killing their own religion is what they're doing. To be honest with you. But the first words of it is, in the beginning, the gods created Sophia, she who created the gods. Now, why is it written that way? Because once she created him, then the pen written, now I can write. That would be like me, Mother Earth. I come out of my mother's womb. How do I write this? There you go. The gods created. There you go. In the beginning. So then, if you would say in the beginning, the goddess created, everything changes. When you say that and you go by that, she lays it out for you. I mean, it's like one wheel right after the other. It's like you just ran through history like that and you're sitting there going, wow, I never thought I was on my mother's planet. It's her sky. It's her universe. And once that happens, you can't ever be deceived again. There is no way to be deceived. It is like a true, honest, we're batteries together working these lights. Deja vu. And everything opens up. So Adam and Eve, when you see them both rising up out of the dirt together, like living organisms of dirt, there you go. That's why the algorithms exist today. Yes. Many people think, many people in dreams and deja vu, Mother Earth will show you even the algorithms of our technology is made for a reason to head toward what we're all doing together. Yes. Okay. I got this idea of Sophie and Galia, but something started that. Something made the dirt from the start. Exactly. Energy. Energy, which is female, and I'll tell you why. Just like the dirt houses our energy, right? You know that. You can feel it. You can ask her. She'll show it to you. It's the energy. She is the energy thereof. God is not. If God was our only energy, there'd only be men. But notice female can have men and women. Why would Adam be considered the firstborn? Because he's a tiller. He's going to start working. He's a Satanist at first. At first, Adam's a Satanist. But at the same time, Mother Earth would tell you she had to put a God complex in him. So he would till the ground. So he would do the work. There you go. So he would move the objects. Eve is designed to have the babies, right? We're not actually wrong in all this. It does kind of sort of line up. But here's the deal. The demons had to go through becoming demonized to get to where we are today. Because we're building that Ark Tabernacle in the future. So we all going through a basic training with Mother Earth. And we're rolling forward. That's why all the witches are talking about the cleansing happening around the world. Mother Earth opening up to everything, everyone, and everybody hearing it. So if you feel that energy inside you, you say, well, I'm all male. I am all male, okay? That's all my thoughts want. Hold on. There are bits and pieces of me that, my energy that is female. Yes, I know this. I feel for females. I can see their situations unfold like you. So there is parts of being a female in you. Yes, that's why she's opening the door saying there is bits and pieces. You got to have them to understand each other. or there'll never be a connection, a bond that could ever happen. So men do have femalish in them, where females also have man stuff in them, so they get that connection. We got to keep that connection. Okay, so Sophia, whatever you may call it, made masculine energy to create in this world. Why would the masculine energy come to dominate? Jesus would chosen that. He didn't. Jesus chose Mother Mary. Look at the story again. Yeah, when you go back to the story, you see Jesus is always following Mother Mary. What would a child do when that's all you've ever been told? You're the Savior. You're not going here. You're not going there. When he got lost at the age of what? 11, was it? Found in the temple, wasn't it 11? She went running for him. It's like, whoa, no, 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 no. I don't know where he's at. Exactly. I need to watch his every move, his every step. I'm getting paid for this, people. She's getting paid to watch him. You can see it. Plain as day. She's going to keep up with her product. It's every mother ever known. She wanted her pay at the end of the day. But unlike females who get rewarded from having children, watching them become great in society and do the things Mother Earth asked them to, Mother Mary had another. She had no choice at this point. She had no choice at this point. So we do understand that part of who Mother Mary is. We can see it. We can perceive it. So yes, men are more masculine. They build bigger structures. They are the seed side to the egg side. But females can have up to 12 babies, no problem. I know they don't want to today, but that's the way we perceive creation. Back then, it was easy, ladies and gentlemen. Cain could have wives everywhere, just branching out everywhere. There you go. Deja vu. There you go. Notice how Mother Mary never stops. Now she is hid because Jesus didn't pull off. You ask why he's hid. It isn't because they become Christians, ladies and gentlemen. It's because Jesus didn't pull off coming back. Notice. Read again. These are people, you'll see it too unfold. These are people who have been paid riches to do this. Jesus is supposed to be this Savior. It was running in on themselves like a rock. They were eating themselves. People are starting to wonder, why ain't he being somebody? Why hasn't he destroyed and crushed Romans? Why hasn't he broken our oppressors and put us on top of the world? Why hasn't this happened? He's not a Lucifer. Jesus was running away from his duties to do this. There you go. Well, when Jesus dies, they're coming for their payment, ladies and gentlemen. So now Mother Mary has to come up with something else to hide what she's done. So all the disciples don't even know where she's at. Right? She has to go get them. Where did they go? They went to play again. They're running. So when they all pile up, congratulations, we better find the Jesus. Well, Jesus shows up. When the people come looking for him, he's nowhere to be found. What are they running from? They're running from taxes. They're running from the people they owe money to. Very true. Look it up. Then you start realizing they're not preaching Jesus. They're trying to say, hey, believe in Jesus. But if you get enough people to believe in Jesus, they're trying to recollect their money because they have, guess what? The big dogs on them. The ones they were supposed to get the reward of Jesus taken out, and they get it all back. They had it set up from the beginning. You can see it. I mean, it's beautiful as the story unfolds. Today we have Christianity that does the same system. There you go. It was a great plan. It was a great roller coaster. Jesus couldn't pull it off, so they had to come up with another scheme. And they did. It's fooled the whole world. But once Mother Earth reconnects you from that womb, that you remember from that womb, that female, and she says, I'm still with you, boom. She just opens it up. You go to your Bible, she starts rereading it for you. And she shows you by detail exactly what happened. And, you know, so deja vu, Mother Earth, keep growing. She keeps showing me trees, new trees coming up everywhere in my dreams and stuff, and visions of people who are seeing it, and she's connected with them. Thank you. Okay, so I guess it put it on. Okay. So you're saying Jesus didn't. Yeah, Jesus didn't resurrect. No. No. Notice what Mary does. Notice what Mary does, okay? When you're reading it, you'll see something very interesting happen. Okay? Are you ready for this? At first, you're going to think, okay, Jesus is a magician. He's around magicians. Why couldn't they walk through them locked doors? Jesus suddenly appears when the last one does. At certain times he's seen, not by all the disciples. So there's an interlay system working. We better have a backup plan. So, where's these other disciples come in? They even said they didn't even know it was him. That it was pointed out by who? Mother Mary said, this is him. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, now you know where Bloodstone Megaverse is going with all the Jesus stuff. So no, he did not resurrect. Has Jesus come back to you and resurrected you when you believed in him? No, I'll show you something very curious. You see, here's the beautiful part I couldn't figure out. When I would try to truly meditate and connect with Jesus, I kept seeing a man-made cross come at me. You know what I'm talking about. Don't deny it. Deja vu, don't hide it. Let it come toward you. Because this story is so important. You notice that cross is coming at you. Not Jesus. It's a cross. A man-made cross. There is thousands who have told you that. So you probably heard it. You know what I'm talking about. With that connection. Why? Because Mother Earth is saying, if you pick Jesus, you pick that cross. You pick what he did. Trying to take over. Notice Mother Mary goes back to the dirt like all the rest of us. Notice Mother Mary is crushed by dirt. Her story's over with at this point. She must disappear. She owes them too much. Notice how she's even hid. Why is she hid? Why is Magdalene hid? Deja vu. It does make for a great story. Mother Earth is going to have someday in the movies for everyone. And we're all going to celebrate. Knowing Mother Earth kept us in mind. She's the great Savior. Our planet is the great resurrector. Jesus did not resurrect, ladies and gentlemen. He killed by the billions. Those that follow him, those who went, notice to this day, we look back through history. We would love to say it was this religion, that religion, but wrong. It was always Christians that led the overkill. And Mother Earth allowed it. Why? So someday we look back and go, whoa, we can see what we couldn't see before. We know now what we didn't know back then. Now we know who's got us and we move forward. Mother Earth and Lucifer. It was never Jesus and Mother Mary. There you go. And there's so many Lucifer pieces coming up now who understand if you're taking a female out of a pit and putting her on top, you are a type of Lucifer. You see, Lucifer is bits and pieces. Why I say I'm the one and only Lucifer, I don't mean the only. Okay? I share it. I want to see more Lucifers come up and drag women out of the pits. Not to hurt them, harm them, but say, come on. Come on, we got to do this. Come on, we got this. And raise them up there where they belong. That's that torch. That's so important. Everybody sees in their dreams. So that's where Lucifer is her torchbearer. It's Mother Earth's champion. Because we're still in this game. Jesus has been out for a long time. If Jehovah was really God and he could do anything, he'd have done it. Makes sense. What about the city of Israel? The goddess is up to a plan, and I'm fixing to explain to you that the city of the gods will be changed over to the city of the goddess in the future. Because every one of them know she planted all them gods there, and she's going to walk through everywhere. Oh, yes, she is, deja vu, because she is Mother Earth. And it will be acknowledged. So there you go. Deja vu. I want to explain something to you about something that just dawned on me in deja vu. When I know, my Satanists are like, I love listening to him talk about Jesus because we get the true story. Check this out. Because they've had the dreams and visions too, so they're with me on this. That picture behind me is Lucifer. That's now Jesus. So always remember, when you look at that picture, you look at Lucifer, you see the picture. You think it's Jesus, you keep wondering why you think it's Lucifer, because that's Lucifer. So check this out. So here we go. Another thing that happened. And what is that? Let me wet my whistle. I know, whistleblower, right? You love learning, don't you? I do too. I love it. When she showed this to me, I was like floored. But it was truth. I want the truth. Don't you deserve the truth to know exactly what happened? Mother Mary barged through planet Earth's doors saying, I'm taking you over. I'm taking your babies. I'm taking your children. I'm going to do it all. You see how that works? Okay, I'll read it. I was at some points until the lack of the resurrection, Jesus' resurrection, and the important point of the whole message. It is not a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. But also the morning star is a title, really. Yes, the bringer of the light, the morning star is Lucifer. Go look your titles up. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. Same thing. Lucifer comes to tell you exactly what happened. And you see it. You see it unfolding. Jesus did not resurrect, ladies and gentlemen. He's not come back yet. The only one you could say is resurrected is Lucifer. And several pieces. Like I said, we bring ladies out of the pit and put them on top of the world. We don't hold them down. Jesus never had a female he grabbed from the bottom and take to the top. Not one. He got on a cross, but he wouldn't even have to show his own mother he was going to go that way. There you go. See what I mean? It makes perfect sense. It's not, there you go. So you see, I mean, you could be with me on that. You realize Jesus did not. No, you're wrong. Jesus has never come back. When? Let me tell you what happens if Jesus truly come back. You're in the world of Satan. Mother Earth is Satan. You are a piece of Satan, my friend. And if Jesus got back on this ground, he would do exactly what they did. And Jesus would know that. How? Because would you really want to see Jesus come back when he says he's going to destroy your mother? Destroy your brothers and sisters? Look around. He says he's going to destroy your family. Your friends. Is that resurrection? Is that safety? Is that comfort? It's not a spirit. Jesus did not go outside this globe no more than you have. We're still sitting here together, my friend. That's the point. Lucifer will tell you. It is beautiful and impressive. Because Lucifer didn't take the fall like Jesus did. I tell Mother Mary every day who looks at me, I'll say, I'm not your Jesus, honey. I'm going to have my fun. I'm going to go play how I deem necessary. Mother Mary, you do not control me. Not everything recently. He doesn't need to. Jesus incarnated before he died on the cross, and really coming back with a sword isn't the worst thing I've ever heard of. Jesus said he's coming back to rule your mother as a great whore. Didn't he? He's going to make her bow before your eyes. That's what Jesus said. Are you glad do you really want him to come back and do that? Think. Your Mother Earth is saying, think, baby, think. In your dreams and stuff, your Mother Earth is showing you, you don't want Jesus back here. Because some man shows up saying he's been on a cross or AI, what happens to your mother? She gets destroyed and bows again. Is that what you want? You want to see that? You really do, huh? Because that's what Jesus is telling you. And I mean, I ain't being mean about it. I'm telling you like you will see it. No, we're here to stop it. We are here to stop the Christian invasion. that's trying to come through again. Deja vu. It ain't the worst thing you ever heard of. But when AI gets done with you and your family, it's going to be the most horrible thing you ever thought of. You're a Satanist, my friend. You were born from this planet. Sophia is also the head of the Satanists. All the females are looking at you and Jesus thinking, uh-oh. You see what I mean? When you feel that, when you see every female, she's connected to Mother Earth more than you. Men jump higher than females. I'll be honest with you. They go a little longer, but once you get that energy, that deja vu, let her work with you in there. You'll see her in your dreams. She'll show you like you've been through a new school. There you go, deja vu. You'll see her wave at you, being nice to you. You're like, I like this female. And then you see something try to come from the sky to hurt her. Would you allow that? No. You'll fight mad. I don't blame you. That's a Satanist. That's what a Satanist says to you. I'm ready to go to war for my mother. This is my mother. This is her home. This is her land. She bore us. God did not bore you. He did not come down here and plant you. You can go back and look. We're equal. There you go. Look, what are you told about these Holy Ghosts and getting, the Holy Spirit? Mother Earth came into my visions because I had this, I denounced Jesus. Go outside and look in the sky and denounce him. You will see an evil spirit come out of you. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to hold on to the fact Jesus resurrected. Stop. Go outside and just try me. Just try this. Just amuse yourself, if anybody, me saying this. Go outside and say you denounce Jesus Christ. You denounce God. He's not real. Mother Earth is. Let me tell you what will happen. You will not be harmed. You will not be hurt. Try it. Just try it. Just go out for a second and try it. You will feel her energy fill you and kick those evil spirits out. At that point, you will realize they disintegrated away from you. Their thoughts will pass away. Who did your God say would flee from you? The devil? How did Jesus know these devils? Because he knew devils. He was the devil. He was out to destroy your planet and take control of it from Mother Mary. Deja vu. You'll see it. You would rather have Mother Earth in control than Mother Mary. You really would. Deja vu on that. Yes. You would. You'd rather have, there you go, your planet mama who raised you your whole life than to have Mother Mary. Mother Mary would have had you under rules you could never get out of. You would already have, we'd already be in them. You get what I'm saying? There you go. The female goddess outlives everything. Yes. Exactly. That's Satanism. I'm Satanist. Your Sophia is Satan. Yes. Your whole world will tell you who is the great whore that's naked before God all the time. Say it again. Say it again. Your mother is Satan, baby. You are a product of hers. Yes, you are a Satan. And I know that hurts for you to say it, but if you open up your mouth and say it, she will download you what you've been missing, brother. I want you to see it. I want you to have the ability and the tools to understand it. You are a Satanist. All the demons are Satanists. They're workers. It's like Mother Earth is the queen bee. And once you connect with her, you become the bee with her. Like the queen ant to the ants. We are like those ants. Once she connects, we know what we're talking about and doing, all of us at the same time. You're a god in there. She'll show you. As long as you don't try to control the queen ant, you become very unique. Very unique. You want to be a Satanist? How is that? I want to just show you something real quick about why I do what I do. All trees are grown upside down. Okay? All stars, when you look at them, are upside down. Mother Earth. If you believe in Mother Earth, she will show you every tree, every plant grows upside down, just like us. But once we get Mama Earth in us, we're seeing things right. You kind of get what I'm telling you. You no longer desire a cross. You now desire her love, her magic, her deja vu we have together. Satanists have deja vu like the ants to the queen ant. And we see it. And we just telling our brothers, hey, and our sisters, hey, you're connected to her. That's deja vu. Let her work with you. Within minutes, she shields you from the gods. Within seconds, she's already worked amazing things. So believing in it and then getting the smoke screens out of the way, and you'll go forward. Every step you take, you'll love it. You'll love it. Sophia. No, trees don't grow upwards. Have you ever seen a tree grow upwards? No, you haven't. Trees do not grow upwards. Trees grow like I just showed you. They start out at a point, right? And then they work their way up, branching out. Look, look. I'll show you again. It starts out at a point and it branches out. And it branches out. So the tree's actually growing upside down. So when technically, I understand what you're trying to say. That is a Christian theology. The roots are the base, like our faith, and the leaves reach toward the sun. Wrong. That is a Christian theology. That is a God theology. Let's go to the goddess. She grows you from the ground. You see what I'm saying? She don't grow you from the sky. You don't come from the sky down. You come from the ground up. A Satanist, a plant comes from the ground up, not from the top down. So, you get what I'm saying? The roots grow downward as the tree grows up. They actually are a balanced system. Just like you see my stars on my arm. They're a balanced system. That's why you'll see me take and work with both magics. Upside down and straight up. Okay, here we go again. We come from the dirt. Where did your source come from? It did not come from the sky. You were dirt before you were a sky. The sun and everything works for the dirt, not the sky. See what I mean? We work for the dirt. We don't work for the sky. You don't have to do anything to the sky. It'll take care of itself. You work for the dirt. Every step you take, the grass is part of you. The trees are part of you. You're part of that energy. You're not part of the sky. You didn't come from that. No, all energy does not come from the sky. Wrong. The dirt come first. Water did not come first. Exactly. Everything tells you that to begin with. Everything. The sky grows nothing. What have you seen the sky grow? You come from the dirt. Your energy comes from laying down sleeping, not from going up there and then coming back down. You work off her energy that's inside you. There you go. Your skin is dirt. If you went up in the sky, check this out. So, if you know much about outer space and stuff, that's why we can't go to outer space. You can't leave Earth. Earth is a magnetic pull between us and it. In other words, if you get off the ground so many hours for so long, you start degrading at a very super fast pace. Energy and everything. Very true. Go look it up. The research is out there. It's all over the internet. Dirt houses the energy. The sky houses no energy. Everything comes from the dirt. Everything comes from dirt. In other words, the molecules have changed. Like people ask me, how do you control the sky from where you're at? It's so impressive how I just do it with thoughts. And people's been around me, so, it's well documented, trust me. On a global scale, it's highly documented. But how do I do it? I'm not using sky energy to do this. I'm on the ground doing it. There's your first clue. How does the magicians use it? Magicians control this, that. They're using the dirt. There's a magnetic pull. And when you use it right, you get your powers. No, you didn't. Wrong. You do not. I'm a master cultivator. I've done genetics as well as chemistry. I have made a few dollars doing my work, son. I'm a master cultivator. I did not have to use the sky. Very true, go look it up. You do not need the sunlight to grow a plant. Plants can grow in the dark. Very much so. To make them bigger, to give them more nutrients, you use the rays from the sun, which is known as power. There you go. You know I know what I'm talking about now. Yeah. You don't need the sun to grow anything. You know powers, right? You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into growing things, but that's the truth. A lot of plants grow at nighttime. A lot of them do. There you go. I've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I like answering the questions the way that she's give it to me in the dreams and visions and give it back. I used to think that though, what you're thinking, but everybody knows you can auto-flyer anything in the right situation. So let's think about while the world's growing in the dark, the sun works for the planet. The planet does not work for the sun. You see what I'm saying? Hold that thought. Are you ready? Is this fixing to intrigue your mind? I just read your question. I know what you're trying to say. I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I've been there. So I'll just tell you what I get in the dreams and deja vu, so you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna read your question. I've never got anything to grow without the power of the sun, one way or another. The coil for electricity was from the coil, and from the coal. And yet, sure, plants grow at night, but they still need light. Again, you need certain light energies. Yes. Hold on. Again, you don't need the sunlight to grow plants. You don't need that. You need the right rays. Now, it has been well documented that some places on the planet, the rocks will do a glow. Glow rocks. Have you heard of these? That anything can grow in a certain amount of hours or behind certain shadows and stuff where things grow. They found this because some places, even when the sun's up, will still be cast a shadow. These glow rocks still can shine the right energy and give the plants what they need to grow. Very much so. Now, that's why I said, what come first, earth or the sun? Again, God lied to us all. What came first, the dark or the light? Also, that don't need light, but they feed on the fish that feed through the sun. Again, the dark came before the sun. How did the sun come about? How did Sophia pull it off? If you was a female, see, you're arguing with a female thought. That it's like the deja vu. The more you connect to Sophia, the more she'll show you exactly what happened. You won't need me to have the conversation. Everything in the solar system works for Sophia, our Earth, our planet. The planet doesn't work for the sun. It doesn't work for the other planets. They work for her. You see, when you start seeing as a Satanist does, everything starts lining up like it should and starts making perfect sense. It starts making real good sense. Because now you realize what you've been told, that we somehow or another work for the sun and these other planets, is wrong. Sophia, who is the universe to begin with, controls her egg, which is us. There you go. The sun is fake. The egg is not. There's nothing alive on the sun. Everything's alive on the planet. Every plant can grow in moonlight, yes. So we work for the dirt. We don't work for the light. You do not work for the light. You work for the ground. I'm going to really fascinate you with this one, so you might see what I'm talking about. As Sophia expands in my dreams, exactly how the evolution system of Sophia come about will intrigue you the most, is what you're looking for. It will shock you when the documentations, which has actually come out already, they just don't know how to proceed with it as much, but they are leaking it out. The fact that the sun come from the earth. Did you hear me? It is very possible our sun come from the planet, born from Earth. There you go. She wanted warmth, but yet she was still living. Things were still alive in the dark. Very much possible that system happened. They just don't know how to proceed about it, but in time, magic will tell you the earth didn't need the sun. She just wanted things to grow different. There you go. Okay, so you realize that they have now taken power, right? And they have magnified it to like almost the sun. What do they call it? Nuclear infusion. You've also got, what other ones are they called? All kinds of names for it. The power of the sun, right? In your hands. So let's say, very possible, the planet's a breathing organism. You are a part of that organism as you walk around and stuff. So now she's recreating another sun. Why? Why would Sophia need to create another sun through us? There's your thoughts. Why is she allowing us to create a sun that was never there? Now you just nailed that thought. I know you just had that thought I had when I said that. That goes out to everyone. We all come from the dark. The sun was created billions of years ago by the workers. They come out with 7 civilizations ago that humans was amphibious. The right intelligence. Sophia has not fed us enough intelligence yet. She knows how to do it. She did it. Yes. It's a real planet. We can't say how many years it took for Sophia to bring... Okay, here's a great analogy. Would you like this? Because this is true. Every year our planet grows. Every year our planet grows. Now how's this possible? In Ireland, if you go look it up, in Ireland, it grows 2 feet on their borders every so often. Also, we take in so many meteorites from outer space How's that possible? We take in so much, the planet is constantly growing itself. Adding to, adding to, adding to, right? So as it's growing, we are collecting from the sun, there you go, from the particles coming around, back around from the burn. Now, how's it possible the sun stays afire? I can tell you, Sophia showed me. While the sun is burning, it has so many different holes in it in a system. Very true to this day, like nuclear fusion. When X amount of particles come into its orbit, it's feeding itself everywhere. So, after so many thousands of years, as the sun, if we take that ball that gets eventually generated and push it out in the atmosphere, Sophia will put it in place where it needs to go for the next sun. Deja vu. The sky gives us only oxygen. That's all that sky is designed to do. You get power from electricity, from lightning storms, but you cannot collect electricity out of the sky. You never have. It's always come from the ground. You house X amount of electricity, right? Inside you, we all know there's a certain amount of electricity for us to keep going, yes. This is it. So when you perceive that you're getting your battery juice from Sophia, she releases that energy through you as expelling exactly. Some people call it green gases, but the truth is, spiritually, we're still expelling that energy. Spiritually. So if we perceive what's going on, we realize we're only using oxygen and a resource in the ecosystem. Like the egg. We take a shower. There you go. We revive our outside of our skin that way. But we actually are not collecting electricity. We're only sucking in the air and expelling what we need to. The same way the sun is actually working in a different format. So as we're building in the daylight what Sophia needs in the future, the ants realize what they're doing. So yes, we are the sun creators. It was not a god. We worked for her to begin with. I mean, the galaxy is not exactly the sky. The solar planets do work. Panels do work. We don't need the Earth's power and all the power from the Earth. Besides, I suppose, lava comes from the sun based on the sun-based materials. Okay, so yes, I would say there is a truth to that. But also you can see where if you take, and it's a system, bear with me here, a system she showed me that works between each other. So lava being from enough warmth from the sun of the inner core of materials such as oil, and you got this lava overflowing is what she shows me, that as we start collecting that lava, that salt, that an ash that it becomes as a sulfur, and as we're building that sun, and it could have happened billions of years ago. Notice she is the volcano maker. So they tell you now it takes X amount of those minerals to make these hybrid suns that scientists are using today. A lot like nuclear. There's another form of it, yes. But, you know, do we need the solar system? Yes. That's how we're actually collecting what we need for the future. So yes, we do need these particles coming in. Do I believe there's a great net in the sky? No, I do not believe there's an invisible net, yes. Definitely. Deja vu. So, I feel you. I understand. I know what you mean there, yes. I appreciate this conversation. Thank you. But more of this will be written in my books and my journals and Deja Vu to begin with. It's for future references for people. Yes. Thank you. I am going to get off here. I got to take a break. I got to switch over to TikTok. I got TikTokers coming up, and I thank you, man. And I will get on yours and subscribe to it, and remember this conversation with you. So, Rotten Art, I appreciate it. That's kind of amazing. Thank you. And give me a second. I'm gonna write your name down here because I really enjoyed talking to you about this. Thank you very much. And because really, I think this is information people like Elon Musk can use, and those that are trying to create this, and it would be something, at least a good idea to work on bases with, right? I mean, it actually makes sense after a while that it's the two-part system she's actually using between everything. So we see a solar system that works for Earth and not against Earth. I really like that system. So let me write this down, and I will get it. And I will find you on YouTube. I'll subscribe to your YouTube with you for future stuff. Thank you. All right, everyone, you have a great night. Thank you so much. I'm going over TikTok. If you don't know my TikTok, I'll tell you about it. I'll be back on about 3:10. Um, I usually go on to the live and then I'll take my break and then I'll be back. So TikTok 3 to 10. What's the name of it? It's Archangel Samael, Lucifer Deja Vu. You'll find it under that. Thank you all. Have a blessed night. And hopefully we do this again. Appreciate it. And maybe we'll catch up sometime real soon. Thank you. Like I said, I'll be looking you up, your messages and stuff. Thank you. Have a blessed one. Thank you. Deja vu. Deja vu.